welcome back to Extra Astrology, guys. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading surrounding the question of what are they afraid to tell you. So what are the, things that this person is afraid to, communicate to you, and what are the reasonings behind it, right? So does it have to do with you? Does it have to do with them? We're going to break down what are they afraid to tell you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. Guys, go ahead and choose intuitively. You guys know that I just like to get really right into it. So subscribe to the channel, guys. The channel is really young still. It's only a month, but I appreciate everything. And please check out the website as well. But we're going to just dive right into it. I love doing the pick a card readings. Group 1. Okay. So guys, we have 6 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Sanctuary, Strength, and Decision. Ooh, okay. So guys, already off bat, what I'm getting is that your presence is really intimidating and really strong and intense. So this could be a Scorpio placement. You could be a Scorpio placement. You could be a Leo. You could have some Leo placements in there. And I am getting some Aquarius energy too. So it's kind of like a battle between the air and the fire. So, that could mean basically any other signs related to those, elements. And with this person's energy, right, they're super confident. They're super, I don't care. You can't say anything to hurt me. They seem as if they're unemotional, but at the same time, they are really emotional. They just don't know how to process emotion. And at the moment, their feelings towards you are quite confusing for them, right? So this is someone who you have a relationship with that is seemingly, well, it is platonic. But as of recently, they have definitely come to this space of where they feel as if they have more romantic feelings for you. And that is something that is a struggle for them, because usually, number one, they're a person who has a lot of attention from the opposite sex, right? So they're longed after. They are charming and interesting, and they're never usually the person that is being vulnerable and asking people out, if that makes sense. And they don't really get nervous around others, but with you, they didn't feel that any nervousness with you until recently. And that's because kind of a lot of people experience this, right? You're friends with someone, and then all of a sudden something clicks. Maybe you have a dream about them that's really off, and you're like, oh, I'm seeing this person in a whole nother light. I think they're really attractive. And then this element of nervousness appears, and this is what this person is feeling about you. And what they're afraid to tell you, what they're afraid to ask, is if you would like to move forward and kind of change and transition into a relationship that is more profound and that is essentially romantic. And they're afraid to ask this because number one, they've never really been rejected, and they're afraid to be rejected. Number two, they don't want to change the way the relationship already is, right? So they value friendship extremely, above everything. They value friendship, and so they're basically hiding away, and they're just in their own shell, and they do ask for people's thoughts on it. They do ask and seek reassurance for if they, if it's obvious that you feel the same way about them. And it's they're kind of back and forth on getting the balls to ask, getting the balls to give you that power, give you that one over them, where it's you could be no, you could be no, absolutely not. And there's something about you that is just so different from any person that they have been involved with, and they just feel like if that line is crossed, if you guys do become an item, you also could have just the power over them and be basically like the alpha in this union, and they don't know how to feel about that either. But like at the same time, they don't want to live life with regrets, and they don't want to live life thinking what if, right? So they're down to take this L. They're down to like put themselves in this really uncomfortable position in order to achieve something that they think would be like awesome and like power couple goals, right? And they just feel as if they can read you, but at the same time they can't, which is weird. So yeah, group one, like this is really, really what they want to tell you. This is what they want to get across, and the person who like came to your mind instantly is that person. So trust your gut, and take a chance if you think this would be a good relationship. Ultimately, this person can bounce back if you reject them, though. So like, don't worry about that. They can bounce back. They're mature, but at the same time, it is gonna hurt. So the ball's in your court, guys. Honestly. All right, group two. What are they afraid to tell you? Let's get right into it. We have the Three of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Communion, Perspective, and Protection. Okay, so group two, already what I'm getting is that this person is afraid to let you know that you have said something to them that has really messed with them mentally, or there's this kind of traitor energy that I'm feeling, and this kind of like territorial energy from them, where it's like either if this person is someone who you have a romantic relationship with, they think or they found out some information that doesn't make you look that good, or if this is a friend, which I'm getting stronger friend vibes, there is this like element of they feel as if you're replacing them, or you've done something that just doesn't hit right in their mind, and so they're like just stuck in their brain and just like ruminating on this and thinking like, how do I bring this up to this person? Should we end this? Should we end this friendship? Should we not? Like, they're really in their head about this, and you're just like oblivious as hell. Like, you are not even, you're gonna be shocked when they come to you with this, because you're like, what did I do? Like, I really cannot figure out what I did here. But at the same time, like, you're a nurturer and you're someone who will acknowledge someone else's feelings, so you're mature in that aspect. And your maturity is kind of gonna like throw them off and make them feel like, well, now you've just made me feel like I'm crazy because I felt like this. And you're like, no, not at all. Like, I'm an adult. I'm gonna respect your wishes and try to like manage my behaviors, right? But yeah, there's this like element of like, you've done something to me, you've wronged me, and it's like they don't even know what or how to bring this up, because they understand that like they have issues, so they're kind of just trying to like break it down in their head, and they just keep going to people, and your friends are like saying, I mean, I don't think she meant it like that, I don't think he or she meant that, I don't think he or she said that, I don't think they tried to hurt you, and like there's gonna be this weirdness, and this person is just like bubbling over, but puts on such a strong face, right? And there's this like frenemies kind of energy of like, in your face, they're so, oh my gosh, you're the best, like, we're great friends, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, they kind of envy you, and they kind of wish that they had what you had. They kind of wish, what I'm hearing is like, be protective of your partner, because I think that they, or it's just someone else who's in your life, they just can't stand it when you move outside of their like the union that you guys have. Like when they see you on Snapchat and you're with another friend, or they see you on whatever, it really, really like grinds their gears. And they also just like see in you what they wish they were. There's this like element of like, I wish I had this person's confidence. I wish I had it. Like there's this weird thing of like, they love you so much, but they also dislike you so much. And it's all like inner conflict. So I wouldn't say like blame yourself for this, because from your perspective things are not like that. From your perspective, and like majority of other people's perspective, you're like a kind, good, down-to-earth human being, and you just like live your life unapologetically. But you don't go through trying to like be rude to anybody. And like this conflict can only be resolved if like this person lets you know when they're hurt, right? So it's like this person feels as if you are so in tune with them that you can know when they're feeling a certain type of way, but the reality of the situation is that you don't know, and you, a lot of the times you're focused on you, which is totally fine, and you have like a life outside of your dynamic with this person, whereas I feel like you're more of like a point in their life. Like you're more of someone where it's like they wake up and they think, oh, like they're dependent upon you for happiness, and you're not like that. You're not dependent on them for happiness. Like you have a life, like I said, you have a life. You're not dependent on them or really anybody to make you do things. And you're like, you will go out and do things by yourself all the time, right? So you'll go to an art show, you'll go eat by yourself, you'll go do so many things by yourself, and it baffles them really that you have such like this flair to you. It really baffles them, and they wish they had that, but at the same time it's like you're two different people, right? So like everybody's different, everybody has their own ticks, and they feel as if at sometimes they feel as if you have it together, right? They're like, this person has it together, and they almost feel like when you do good, or when you have like, you just express to them something that happened to you, they feel as if like you rub it in their face, like you rub your successes in their face, you rub, when in reality you're just trying to like share good news. Like, and honestly, some people you can't share good news with. So what I'm hearing is that you guys need to kind of pull back and reevaluate the relationship once this person comes to you with what they're trying to tell you, in terms of like their perceived notion of betrayal, and just like take it for what it is. Don't fight it. Don't, and really what I'm hearing is the best choice might be clearance. It really might be saying goodbye and letting things go, because there doesn't seem to be a remedy for this relationship. There doesn't seem to be a remedy for someone who doesn't have high self-esteem or self-esteem at all. Like, you can't fix that. That person has to fix that. Oh, sorry guys. And so ultimately, that is what I'm seeing for you, group 2. And you guys are going to know what to do. Just don't fall back in line and allow this person to disrespect you, is all I'm saying. And obviously everybody's emotions are valid, and I think you guys are understanding, but at times you can be too understanding to the point of where it's like you're a sacrificial lamb. And so don't be put in that position. And yeah, that's what I'm hearing, group 2. Group 3. Let's get right into it. What are they like trying to tell you? What are they hiding? What are they afraid to tell you? Let's get right into the tea. We have 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Stillness, Grounding, and Salmon. Ooh, okay. So, what I'm hearing, what someone is afraid to tell you is that, and keep in mind guys, just like the first person that comes to your head when I'm speaking on it, you know, doing the reading, that is the person that it is. So don't even deny your intuition. Like, straight up, that is who it is. And what this person is trying to tell you is that, wow, okay, so there is this desire to totally uproot and take a chance, is what I'm hearing. And this person really wants to express to you how much they want to go out and leave the space in which you guys are both in. But I don't see you wanting to do that, right? So there's, you guys are on different paths, and there's this like misunderstanding, and this person really wants to get up and say sayonara and build something with you, build something really strong, is what I'm hearing. So they really want to create some type of partnership here, but I think that you are not necessarily ready, and you have your own plans in mind, when it comes to financial things and when it comes to like the future. And this person feels like they notice that, but they're trying to, in a way, like manipulate you and find a way to like basically give you a proposal of how things will be so much better if you just listen to them. So be mindful of that, guys. Like there's this kind of plan and this like desire that's like, you know, planted in like goodness, like it's not bad, but it's this like action oriented fast thinking that's going on, and it's this restlessness that, I mean, it's good, but it's not how you function, it's not how you grow. You're more of someone who needs time, and someone who really thrives when you have things in order. And this person is kind of the opposite, where it's like they're quite not impulsive, but they're down to do something on a whim and take a chance, you know, like after watching a video or a motivational speech, they're like, let's go, let's get on a bus, let's move to like freaking New York, right? And you're more of like, well, I need time and I'm patient. And yeah, like there's this, that's what they're trying to get, you know, towards you, they're trying to tell you. But they go back and forth, right? So they go back and forth on telling you this because they think like you're not going to want to do it. And they're kind of correct in that assertion, right? They're kind of correct in that you're just not, you don't function like that. And this could cause an argument of sorts because, you know, you guys are really tight. You're really fun, and like there's this flexibility between you, and there's this like high energy, and like every time you're around each other you guys have a great time. But like you see like in the future that because you're so different, you know, you guys being so different creates a great dynamic, but also in the future living, you know, together or creating something together or getting married, like that might not be the thing, right? That might not be the move, and that doesn't mean that you don't want you know, to continue whatever you guys have going on. But at the same time, like you can't just chase every fly, if that makes sense. You can't just chase every idea. You have to have like a solid plan. You have to have like some type of solid, well, not everybody has to, obviously, but for you, what I'm hearing is you need to have like, you need to dive into things, and you need to know that you're gonna be okay when you just like step out on a limb, right? And this person, they get that. They're open, they're smart, they're really smart. And their path is like, you know, different. It's definitely different. You guys are definitely different people, for sure. They also want to communicate with you that I'm sensing somebody is some pregnancy. I'm hearing pregnancy for sure. Like some type of major change like that has happened or is about to happen, where somebody is pregnant, or somebody is yeah, pregnancy for sure. There's this like pregnancy, or somebody's about to get engaged too. So I think that that's definitely gonna happen, and they're gonna try. They're going to communicate that with you very soon. That someone in your close circle has gotten pregnant, or maybe they're pregnant, or they've gotten someone pregnant, is what I'm hearing. And so look out for that. Like, they're waiting to tell you that. Or someone is getting married as well, so they're waiting. Someone in your circle is definitely waiting to share that news with you of pregnancy or marriage, which is really interesting. And it's not gonna shock you. I feel like it's really not gonna shock you guys. You kind of already knew all of this. This is just like an affirmation, and just like reaffirming that your judgment is correct. Like, never confuse what you feel. It is totally on the money. So that is all I have for you, group 3. I hope you guys have an amazing and incredible day, and please subscribe to Extra Astrology, and please check out the website.